welcome back to the channel. If you haven't noticed, my upload schedule has dropped from every 6 months to every 4 months. Hope you like it, because that's all you're getting. Anyways, Killer Bean Forever is a movie that exists. If you didn't know that, you do now, and there will be a link to it in the description for anyone who wants to go and watch it. Don't worry, it's not on some pirate site that'll give your computer polio. It's just a YouTube video. That's right, this entire movie is literally available for free on YouTube. So if you haven't already seen it, I highly recommend you do, as it'll be greatly worth your time. Killer Bean is a supposed passion project by a man named Jeffrey Liu. It started in 1996 with a short film called Killer Bean, The Interrogation. That's about 3 minutes in length and,
Ooh, you're dead. Ooh, I'm so scared. Now, who are you? Bean.
It's alright, I guess. Watch it if you'd like, but do remember, it is over 2 decades old, so yeah. Next we saw from Liu was another short film called Killer Bean 2, The Party. That's about 7 minutes in length, and was apparently made as a way for Liu to get the hang of 3D animation. This short was of course much better looking, with much better animation and quality, and Liu uploaded this short to the internet in the year 2000. After uploading it, Liu started getting recognition and was soon offered jobs animating for films such as The Matrix Reloaded. Which is funny because The Party included a Matrix parody. Then, around 2004, after taking multiple other animation jobs, Liu set out to finish what he had started. He began to develop a full Killer Bean movie. Yep, a full movie about beans. Nobody really knows as to why exactly they're beans, but I'd like to think that it just started off as an easy thing to animate, and eventually became Jeff's thing as he became more and more attached to these fictional coffee beans. About Jeff Liu himself, well, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I seriously couldn't find anything on this guy. I found the IMDb pages of him and the things he's worked on, but other than that, I couldn't actually find anything on him personally, or his life as an animator. However, he did work on some notable things, such as the list on screen right now probably. I couldn't even find any reliable social media accounts other than the official Killer Bean YouTube channel, in which Jeff uploads, Okay, why is this bean playing Far Cry?
Oh crap, oh, Marshall. You sounded like you're constipated or something.
Honestly, I kinda wanna meet Jeff one day. He seems like a really cool dude despite disappearing after 2012 and his, interesting political commentary.
You know, that's the problem with this country. Too many crazed lunatics with guns. Ain't that right, baby?
The lunatics aren't the problem. The real problem is the guns. What this country needs is some serious gun control. I mean, we need to take away all the guns. All of them. And just get rid of them. But not my gun.
So, how about the actual movie? Well, actually, it's really good. The original movie was published in 2009. Only a single batch of DVDs were ever made, so it's extremely rare to find a physical copy. I'd asked anyone with a DVD to sell it to me, but to be honest, it's too good of a movie to just sell off like that. The movie itself suffers from most of the problems you'd expect a movie made by a single person to suffer from. From small things, like the volume not actually going up in the first scene, to all of the characters basically sounding the same, due to a total of 4 voice actors throughout the entire movie. 4. Apart from that, a lot of the story can seem needlessly complicated at times, and the movie spends way too much time just force-feeding it to you in the most boring way possible. Another thing is the amount of dead silence that's present in a lot of scenes. There'll just be long gaps in which none of the characters talk or move, and I know it's supposed to build up some sort of suspense, but the movie relies on it way too much, and a lot of the time it just falls flat. A lot of these problems could have easily been fixed or worked around if there was any sort of team working on the film. Unfortunately, no company was willing to go for Liu's pitch, meaning he had to do it himself. It's really disappointing too, as with the proper resources and creative limitations, Killer Bean Forever could have gone from a great film to a literal masterpiece. And I'm sure given the proper exposure, Killer Bean, even with the problems it suffers from, could rake in a much bigger audience. Not to mention, the negatives are far outweighed by the positives. I cannot stress this enough. This movie is funny. I originally saw this movie with a friend, and God, it was such an experience. I found myself laughing every few minutes or so. And those jokes hit hard. Almost every joke landed. And sometimes they weren't even supposed to be funny. Though there were parts that I enjoyed ironically. The action scenes are really good. to the point where you're at the edge of your chair for what interesting way Killer Bean will kill someone next. It's honestly breathtaking what such a bean can do. And though the ragdoll physics can take away from the authenticity at some points, God does it make for a good laugh. And even though all of the beans have the same face and practically the same voice, it's, for the most part, easy to distinguish the main characters from each other by the way they're clothed and the way they act. Not to mention, Vegan and Jet Bean are just... And the parody on social and political issues are mainly just funny, but can be smart at times. You could seriously spend hours looking into the smallest details and theorizing about Bean society and how it works. Don't even get me started on the underlying theme of Bean racism.
Let me put it in a language you can understand. Oh, so sorry. No charm in here. You deliver. Wrong place.
Killer Bean is a great movie, but it had potential to be much better. I only hope that Jeff Liu will come back to the spotlight and have his big break. He's clearly very talented, and one day, I hope he gets his own professionally produced film. To end this video off, go watch Killer Bean forever. Like I said before, I'll have a link to it in the description. Watch it with a friend, watch it with your cousin, watch it with your dog, and just have a good time. It's a cute little film, and it deserves your attention. Thank you.
Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Fears, tell me fears, don't get me started. I get a little gray hair for every scare you share. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant to bend. Those aren't meant to bend. No, those aren't meant